Hello learners, in this course we will learn about various art forms of India. Today we are going to look into the history and appreciation of art from 7th to 12th century AD. This is our second lesson of painting course. We will learn about art forms focusing on from 7th century to 12th century. The post-Gupta period in India, which is from 7th to 12th century CE, witnessed remarkable advancements in the temple architecture and sculpture. This era saw the patronage of major dynasties such as Pallavas, Cholas and Hoysalas in the south and Pala, Sena and Gangas in the east. These dynasties contributed significantly to the cultural and artistic heritage of India through monumental temple projects, intricate sculptures and innovative architectural techniques. In Mahabalipuram, which is also called as Mamallapuram, the Pallavas created the celebrated Pancharathas and Mandapa structures. Noted for their rock-cut architecture and refined sculptural details. The Pallavas, along with their contemporaries, the Western Chalukyas, are remembered for their prolific sculptural activities. The Chola dynasty, which ruled from 9th to 13th century CE, is especially renowned for its mastery in bronze casting and for creating intricate metal sculptures that exhibit rhythmic body movement and refined detailing. Their monumental temple projects such as Brihadishwara temple at Tanjavur and Gaikonda Cholapuram temple reflect simplicity, grandeur and monumental scale. The Hoysala dynasty from 11th to 12th century CE blended intricate designs with detailed architectural planning. Temples of this periods such as those at Belur and Halebeedu integrated sculpture into their architectural fabric, featuring elaborate iconography, profuse ornamentation and dynamic figures which were in those compositions. In eastern India, the Ganga dynasty sponsored monumental projects such as Mukuteshwara temple, Lingaraj temple and Rajarani temple in Odisha. Their crowning achievement, the Sun Temple of Konark, remains one of the India's greatest architectural and sculptural masterpieces. Coming to our lesson's objective, after studying this lesson, you will be able to describe the art and architecture of India from 7th to 12th century CE, and you will also be identifying the important monuments and sculptures of Pallava, Chola, Hoysala and Ganga dynasties, and you will be able to distinguish the stylistic features of regional traditions of this period. You will be able to explain the cultural and historical significance of selected artworks. Pallava dynasty sculptures are renowned for their rock-cut temples and bas-relief carvings, showcasing a unique style that flourished between 7th to 9th century CE, and the key examples include Mahishasuramardiनी Mandapa, Arjuna's Penance and the Shore temple at Mahabalipuram. These sculptures often depict Puranic stories and mythical figures, which are characterized by their slender, tall figures natural poses and intricate details. The key features of Pallava sculptures include firstly the rock cut architecture. The Pallavas were pioneers in excavating temples and sculptures directly from the rock, using hard materials like granite, gneiss and chalconite. And coming to the mandapas, these are pillared halls carved from a single rock, often featuring intricate sculptures and narrative panels. Then comes the bas reliefs. Pallava sculptors excelled in creating bas reliefs on large rock surfaces, notably at Mahabalipuram, where scenes like Arjuna's penance and descent of the Ganga are showcased. Coming to the naturalistic style, this characteristic shows Pallava sculptures are known for their natural poses and modeling, with a focus on elongated limbs and slender figures. Sculptures frequently depict the scenes from Hindu mythology, including Puranic stories, deities and mythical creatures. Among the notable examples, we get to see Mahishasuramardini Mandapa, which features a detailed relief of Durga battling the buffalo demon Mahishasura. Next example is the Arjuna's penance, which is also called as descent of the Ganga, a massive bas relief depicting Bhagiratha's penance to bring the Ganga down to earth. And comes the show temple. While primarily a structural temple, it features intricate sculptures and carvings. Pancharatha, which depict the 5 monolithic rock cut temples, each resembling a chariot. Then comes the Sitannavasal murals. Pallava paintings in the Sitannavasal cave temple showcase the classical or Ajanta style. If we look into the evolution of this style, Pallava sculptures evolved from the rock cut temples to structural temples, influencing later architectural styles, particularly those of the Chola dynasty. Here is our first example, which is also mentioned in your self-learning materials, that is Arjuna's penance or Gangavataran, which is made in stone relief from Pallava period, which is located at Mamallapuram, Tamil Nadu, which is approximately 91 to 152 feet. Here is the example. You can see all the intricate figures weaved onto the bas relief. This monument of Pallava dynasty include a cave temple, structural temples and monolithic rathas. One of the most celebrated works of this era is massive open air relief at Mamallapuram. The composition carved across 2 large boulders is both dynamic and harmonious, depicting a convergence of divine, semi-divine, animals and human figures. The central cleft in the rock represents the descent of the river Ganga. According to one of the interpretations, where the Lord Shiva receiving the sacred waters onto his matted locks. Another scholarly view identifies the scene as Arjuna's penance, wherein Arjuna is shown in deep meditation to obtain the Pashupatastra from Shiva. The animal figures such as elephants, monkeys, and deer are rendered with remarkable naturalism. Examples include a baby elephant nuzzling its mother and a deer scratching its face. The stylistic features, rounded forms, fluidity of movement, and delicate detailing exemplifies the Pallava artistry. Learners, let's take a small break and continue the rest of the examples. Welcome back, learners. We were discussing the history and appreciation of art from 7th to 12th century CE. Now, let's discuss on the Hosolia sculptures, which are renowned for their intricate details, delicate designs, and the rich narratives they depict, primarily found on the walls and pillars of Hosolia temples. These sculptures, crafted from soft chlorite skids, showcases a virtuoso carving styles with a focus on religious themes, epic stories, and everyday life motifs. The key characteristics of Hosolia sculptures include the intricate detailing and deep carving. Hosolia's artists excelled at detailed carving and undercutting, facilitated by the soft stone, which allowed for intricate designs and rich surface textures. The next characteristics includes the themes from Hindu mythology and epics. The sculptures often depict scenes from the Ramayana, Mahabharata and other Hindu scriptures, as well as portrayals of deities and mythical creatures. The use of motifs, where the common motifs include Yali, which is a mythical creature, and Kirtimukha, and Edicula, which is a miniature decorative tower. And then comes the Makara, which is an aquatic monster, or another one is the Hamsa, which is swan, and various animals and floral designs are also part of these motifs. Then we also get to see the Shalabanjika, which is Madannika figures. These decorative female figures often placed at an angle on the temple walls are also distinctive features of Hoysala art. Then comes the pillar sculptures. The pillars within the temple are also adorned with intricate carvings, geometric patterns and floral motifs. And cella sanctum and circumambulatory platforms. Here the Hoysala temples typically feature a stellate, which is star shaped sanctum, and a circumambulatory platform, allowing for a complete viewing experience. Among all these Hoysala art, the notable examples include firstly the Channakeshava temple at Belur. This temple is famous for its elaborate sculptures, including the Madanikas, which are considered masterpieces of Hoysala art. Then comes the Hoysaleshwara temple at Halebeedu, another example of Hoysala architectural and sculptural brilliance. Showcases intricate carving of deities, mythological figures and scenes from daily life. Coming to the historical context, the Hoysala dynasty ruled parts of present day Karnataka from 11th to 14th century. They were known for their patronage of art and architecture, particularly temple construction. The Hoysala style is a blend of earlier Chalukya and Chola influences, with their own unique additions. The soft chlorite skate stone used for their sculptures allowed for the detailed and intricate carvings that characterizes Hoysala art. Here is one of the example from this: Krishna supporting Mount Govardhana, which is from the Hoysala period. This one is located in Belur, Karnataka. Here is the picture of it. The Hoysala period was marked by elaborate temple architectures enriched with intricately carved sculptures. The capital of Hoysala was Dwarasamudra, modern Halebeedu. Their art is distinguished by deep undercutting, intricate surface detailing and rhythmic body postures, facilitated by the use of soft chlorite skate stone. The sculpture of Krishna lifting Mount Govardhana exemplifies the Hoysala narrative style. Multiple layers of composition depict Krishna as the heroic central figure, surrounded by human and animal figures. illustrating the episode from Bhagavata Purana. The rhythmic curves of Krishna's limbs, coupled with the expressive faces of the cattle and villagers, create a sense of movement and liveliness. Female figures are characterized by elaborate jewelry, stylized coiffures, and sensuous bodily forms, reflecting the Hoysala aesthetics. Then comes to the Ganga dynasty, which encompasses both eastern and western branches. It is also renowned for its significant contributions to Indian art and architecture, particularly in sculpture and temple building. Dynasty's cultural legacy includes the iconic Gomateshwara statue and intricate carvings found in temples like Konark's Sun Temple. Western Ganga dynasty, where the Gomateshwara statue is an example, the most celebrated sculpture, and it is an achievement of the Western Ganga dynasty in the colossal height, which is of 57 foot tall. Gomateshwara Bahubali statue at Shravana Belgola. Which is commissioned by the Chaturvandra, and this monolith is a masterpiece of Jain art, known for its serene expression, proportionate anatomy, and the skillful depiction of curled hair. Architectural influences can be seen in the Western Ganga dynasty, which incorporated influences from the Pallava and Badami Chalukya styles, which is evident in their temples and pillars with lion motifs. Coming to the Eastern Ganga dynasty, Konark Sun Temple is another example. The Eastern Ganga dynasty is primarily known for the Konark Sun Temple, which is UNESCO World Heritage Site dedicated to sun god Surya. The sculptural style, which is of Eastern Ganga temples, are characterized by their distinctive Kalinga style, featuring elaborate carvings and soaring spires and intricate sculptural depicting deities, mythical beings, and floral motifs. The temple elements, which shows the key elements, which includes the Vimana, the temple tower, and Jagamohana, which is assembly hall, and Natamandira, which is dance hall, each adorned with detailed sculptures. The temple art, the dynasty's artistic prowess extended to the sculpture, painting, and metal works, often with religious themes. The notable sculpture of Surya, the sun god from the Konark temple, is housed at the National Museum, New Delhi. Coming to Mithuna sculpture, which is a loving couple Mithuna, from the which is museum at Metropolitan Museum of Art, and it is also an example of Eastern Ganga sculpture. Now, let us look into the example Surasundari from Konark, from Ganga dynasty. Here is the picture of it. The Sun Temple at Konark, commissioned by King Narasimha Deva I in the mid 13th century. It is the one of the finest examples of Kalinga architecture. conceived as a colossal chariot of sun god drawn by 7 horses. It is adorned with a extraordinary profusion of sculptural decoration. The Surasundari figures, graceful celestial maidens, are depicted as musicians, dancers or attendants, placed on terraces and walls to enhance the temple's beauty. The examples discussed here portrays a female musician playing a drum, with her body poised with rhythmic grace. The sculpture's mastery is evident in the intricate carvings of ornaments, the subtle tilt of the head and the delicate folds of the drapery. These features combine to convey both sensuality and divine elegance. The art of the 7th to 12th century CE demonstrates the regional diversity and technical brilliance of Indian temple architecture and sculpture, from the monumental reliefs of the Pallavas, the bronzes of Cholas and intricate carvings of the Hoysalas, to the grandiose Kalinga style of Konark. This period represents a zenith in Indian artistic achievement. These works continue to inspire contemporary artists and scholars, reflecting a legacy of spiritual devotion, narrative richness and technical mastery. With this information, here we end it now. Thank you, learners. Hope you have enjoyed the information and details around history and appreciation of art.